Good evening and welcome to the Gus in Waupun. Steve Winterhack along with Randy Armgett ready to bring you another game for Waupun. We were here earlier. Waupun taking care of business in their game in 4.5 innings, knocking off the Amro Foxes in that ball game 13-3. But now they could take on a team that beat them in the first game of the tournament, taking on Little Chute. They lost to them 6-1 just last night. Of course, they used up their very good pitcher that they had trouble with, their lefty, in that ball game.
Yeah,
so
it was Jaden Hermson, and he threw a real good game against Waupun. Two-hitter, both of those hits coming from Evan Sauer for Waupun.
Yeah, 9 strikeouts, 2 walks for Hermson in that ball game. So not much to talk about with Waupun in that game. But Waupun did a great job managing their pitching, and they're sitting right now with their 2 best pitchers still available, and they're going to be using one of those with Jake Krieger coming up tonight.
Yeah, and what I was told, Jake kind of asked for this. He said, I'd like to go Saturday. I'd like to go in a meaningful game. That, I guess they're all meaningful, but he really wanted to get to this game where it was a very important game. And we'll see if Jake's got his best stuff going today. Whenever Krieger's on the mound, your team has a chance to win the game.
Yeah, he's got all the pitches. He's got great movement on his curveball, his breaking pitches. He can bring it. He can bring the heat, and just a solid and a smart pitcher out there. Not everybody understands that position real well, but he understands what it means to be the pitcher and how do you kind of work a batter. And he's a very intelligent guy to have on the mound for Waupun here coming up tonight. So it's kind of neat that he wants to give me the ball on a game that means something. So that kind of explains what we've seen out of him during his career as a basketball guy these last years, and now he's a very good baseball player.
Jake's a guy, he'll keep the ball down. He keeps it around the knees, mid-thigh or lower, and he's going to get a lot of ground ball outs. And if the defense plays well behind you, it's very good. He's also capable with that, the slider he throws, which is more of a 12-6 drop on it. He's able to get those punch outs as well.
Again, Waupun taking on the team that beat them last night, and we'll talk a little bit about the game they just played, Little Chute, getting beat by Campbellsboro. We'll talk about that as the pregame show continues, live from the Gus in Waupun. Steve and Randy with you, Jeff on the video streaming, and we'll talk to you in a few minutes.
Protected with the right auto coverage. Plus, you'll save up to 23% when you bundle auto and home with our expert agents. American Family Insurance.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Contact me, Agent Christine File, at 11 South Watertown Street in Waupun, or call 920-324-3488 today.
This game is powered by C. Broxma Electric of Waupun. C. Broxma Electric has serviced the electrical needs for Waupun and the surrounding area for over 18 years. From small residential jobs to agricultural, industrial, and commercial jobs, they do it all. For quality work and prompt, courteous service, contact your state of Wisconsin licensed electrical contractor in our area. C. Broxma Electric at 920-319-1614 or check them out online at cbelectric.net.
How do you make everyone's favorite buffet even better? How do you make the country's best chicken even more exciting? How do you make Thursday the best night ever? Wing night at Pizza Ranch. Boneless and traditional. A variety of sauces. All the wings you want, plus all your other buffet favorites. The country's best wing night is here. Taking flight Thursday nights only at Pizza Ranch. Everyone's favorite buffet.
There has never been a better time to shop Werner Harmson Furniture and Total Flooring, Main Street in downtown Waupun. Werner Harmson is featuring a fashionable selection of furniture and flooring. That means remarkable savings on name brand furniture, top quality name brands at special competitive prices. You'll get the taste, quality, and personalized service that has separated the Werner Harmson name from the best. Find their showroom in downtown Waupun. Werner Harmson Furniture and Total Flooring. Taste, service, selection. It's worth the drive to beautiful downtown Waupun.
The Hour Bar on Main Street, Waupun is a great place to meet friends. Owners Bob and Tana invite you to join them for their daily specials and great atmosphere. They also bring in top-notch entertainment and host many special events. The Hour Bar is also the perfect place to cheer on the Packers, Bucks, Brewers, and Badgers. There's TVs everywhere you look. After today's game, head to the Hour Bar, 433 East Main Street, Waupun, a proud supporter of high school sports.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day, because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement of all of our young athletes and what they receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. That's why Edward Jones Investments is a proud supporter of sports. Contact your local Edward Jones financial advisor for your investment needs today by visiting edwardjones.com. Edward Jones, member SIPC. Andy with us here, the other bar main.
Okay, we are back at the Gus and Waupun. Steve and Randy with you, and Waupun getting set to in this regional ball game, and the bracketing now taking on an elimination game, a team that they lost to yesterday, 6-1, Little Chute, the Mustangs, and they are post 258. But Waupun still has their two best pitchers, and you got Krieger pitching here tonight with Jake Krieger, and that bodes well for Waupun. And you also have Evan Sauer that's available yet. Landon Richter's another pitcher you got yet. So Waupun's sitting real good pitching-wise, and maybe I think some good managing on getting to this position where you have your best guys here toward the end of the tournament.
Yeah, and maybe Little Chute using up possibly their best with the big lefty and Hermson. So I don't know a lot about Kyler Marquardt, but we're going to find out. But hopefully Waupun can put more than one run on the game here today.
Yeah, the previous game, the only problem for Little Chute is they're going to be playing two games back-to-back, and they lost to Campbellsport 7-4. They started out well. We were here watching them. They scored 3 runs in the first inning, but Campbellsport got up to bat in the third inning, and they scored 5 runs, and then they got 2 more runs in the inning after that. So after that, really didn't look back and ended up winning 7-4. So a nice job by Campbellsport, but I know they used one of their top pitchers up in that ball game with Booty. I can't think of his first name, but he was it looks like a pretty tall player, a tall, lanky right-hander that they had out there, but he was pretty much, Braden Booty pitched in that ball game, and he used up all his pitches. I think he got up to 101, and that was pretty much it for him for the tournament. So we won't have to face them, but that's another person you might, they got to take care of this ball game here today because they're thinking about Campbellsport coming up tomorrow.
Yeah, when we left here, Campbellsport had a chance to maybe score a few runs in the bottom of that first inning, and they, had a line drive back to the pitcher for a double play and didn't get any runs, and they were down 3-0. And I went home to take care of some things, and I thought maybe Little Chute was going to win that game easily, and then checked in on Jeff's live stream a couple of times and found out that Campbellsport came back and just battled back for a quality victory.
Okay, we're not taking a national anthem break, so we're just going to go right through the starters for Waupun. Jake Krieger on the mound, of course, the experienced right-handed pitcher. Wanting that ball in his hands when you get to a game that means something. He's on the mound for Waupun. Behind home plate, Benton Nagel, who I thought did a solid job.
He did.
First time I got to see him in that last game earlier today. You also have Brennan Redeker over at first base, which is kind of an unusual spot to see.
I don't know if I've seen him play first base
play
ever.
A lot of right field. I know during the high school season he was out there. So unusual place for him. Landon Richter is at second base. Evan Sauer is the shortstop. Graham Gopalin at third base. Out in left field is Trey Schmidt. Brian Ferris in center field, and Ethan Cunningham. Probably the reason Redeker's not out in right field because Cunningham is a pretty solid right fielder too, and that's where he played during his high school career and came back and still looked pretty solid from what I see out there. Can still move pretty well. Taking a look at the batting order for the Little Chute Mustangs. So Reese Jotun is their shortstop. He'll be leading things off. After that, Griffin Verhagen. It's Garrett Whitman after that. Their cleanup batter is Dane Kruckberg. Griffin Hank, he is batting fifth, followed by Noah Facio, Will Jansen, Ethan Melendrez, and Isaac Verhagen. The batting order for the Little Chute Mustangs. Should be a good game. Both teams some pretty nice players. Got a chance to watch a little bit of that game before, and I didn't get to see the game last night that you saw, so it looks like a pretty solid hitting team that you're going to have to face again for the Mustangs.
Yeah, they're a real nice team. They all around quality defense by the entire team, and again a pretty good batting order. That they bring up to the plate, from top to bottom. I know Isaac Verhagen, he's batting in the 9th spot, and he was on base almost every time last night. So, yeah, he's done a good job.
So here we go. Another hot. It's been definitely a lot muggier than it was this afternoon when we were here for the earlier game, but ready to play some baseball. I thought I'd jump in my mom's pool before I came over here, so I jumped in there. Now I'm sweating just as bad as I was before. But it did feel good at the time.
Bright sunshine might come into play a little bit for that first base, second base, right fielder because, you're looking into the sun. Right now, big cloud came over. That helps.
And here we go. First pitch of the game. Krieger deals with a fastball, catching the outside part of the plate for strike one. Reese Joten up to bat, the shortstop, right-handed hitter. Well, thanks for the people listening on the radio right now on 103.3 FM and AM 1170 and 93.7 FM. Set a strong contingent. You can also watch this game hopefully you're doing right now on either RadioPlusInfo.com or at Jeff's live stream. This pitch is going to miss low. Puts the count now at 2-1.
I would think Krieger's mindset coming in has got to be efficiency as well. He'd like to get be able to go this entire game.
A little hopper over toward third base to Graham Gopal, fires and throws it across the field to Brennan Rudiker to get out number one. So one up, one down, and Griffin Verhagen, the center fielder, coming up to the plate right now. Left-handed hitter.
I mentioned last night, I do not know if Trevor and Isaac are brothers or not. They're possibly cousins, same last name.
This pitch is going to miss high. Jake knew he could let that one get away just a little bit after he let it leave his hand.
That's that sweeping curveball that didn't come back all the way.
It's going to miss well low and away. 2-0 the count now to Verhagen. Pretty much the same, maybe a little bit more of a breeze heading out to right field, same direction, but just a hair more than what we had in the first game today. Now quickly down to the count, 3-0. And all the way, and that will catch the strike zone, makes it a 3-1 count.
Verhagen faking the blunt action there. Krieger not affected at all, right down Main Street.
And that's a one hopper right back into the glove of Krieger. Takes a few steps towards first, flips it over there to Rudiker, gets the out. 2 up, 2 down. And Garrett Whitman will step to the plate now for the Mustangs of Little Chute.
That's what the experience of a guy like Krieger brings right there. You're down 3-0 in the count, able to come back and get a strike and then, throw strikes when you need it, even if the balls are put into play. He understands the value of not walking people.
Yeah, that's going to be a little chopper up the middle, a diving stab at it by Sauer. Can't quite get to it, so a 2-out base hit off the bat of Garrett Whitman. And that'll bring up Dane Krockberg up to bat now, right fielder.
Yeah, Krugberg, not a real big guy, kind of a thin, wiry guy, hitting in that cleanup spot.
Remember Colin DeBoer back when he played too, hit numerous home runs, and that's a very slight built person. Definitely wouldn't think of him as a home run hitter, but he had plenty of home runs during his career. Just got to have that sweet swing, and he did.
Left-hander, compact swing.
Ooh, that one is going to get by Rudiker and taking off to second base. Safe over there is Garrett Whitman. So a runner in scoring position now for Little Chute.
Time for Krieger to regroup right here. Come back and get the guy at the plate.
Now a big sweeping curve and a big swing and a miss for Krockberg. 1-1 the count. A runner at second. Top of the first inning. Again, thanks for joining us here tonight on Radio Plus and Jeff's live stream. You lose this game, you are done. You win, you'll be playing against Campbellsport coming up tomorrow, and you have to beat them twice because they're undefeated. They're 2-0. Just got done winning their game against Little Chute 7-4. Little Chute had to hop right back into it and play 2 games in a row. Comes the 2-2 pitch, and again another little one-hopper right back into the glove of Krieger. Flicks it over to first base and gets the out. So a runner stranded, 1 base hit, nobody scores. After 1/2 of inning, there is no score in the ball game. Back with the bottom half of inning number 1 coming your way right after this on Radio Plus Sports and on Jeff's live stream.
In downtown Waupun, be plain this week. Stop into the other bar in celebration of the EAA, Andy, right?
Yeah, there's a lot going on. EAA is going on this week. You can guarantee that they're going to stop in here. We'll be here from 11 to 9 with our kitchen. So, absolutely. EAA travelers, we welcome you all in and stop in and see what we got going on.
Brewers baseball, they are playing really well. Catch the games on the TVs down here, my friend.
Yeah, they're a hot ticket. But yes, we got all kinds of TVs. You can guarantee the Brewer game will be on. We got 16 tap lines to watch the games with beer, and we've got a whole rail of different spirits to go along with it.
You know, the selection here is just outstanding. Everything from the cans to the taps to the bottles back there, and the mixers are flying too.
Absolutely. You'll have to stop in. We got, like I said, we got 16 different lines, and believe it or not, we're in July, and I've got Oktoberfests that are starting to come in. I've got one on the line now, so you'll have to stop in and see what we've got going on.
Andy, have a great week. Stay cool, my friend.
Absolutely. Thanks, Nick.
Life's better with an auto policy from American Family Insurance, no matter what dreams you're driving towards. That's because you'll feel totally protected with the right auto coverage. Plus, you'll save up to 23% when you bundle auto and home with our expert agents. American Family Insurance.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Contact me, Agent Christine File, at 11 South Watertown Street in Waupun, or call 920-324-3488 today.
Okay, Waupun does their job in the top half of inning number 1 and see if they can get the bats in the hand and get more than just 2 hits like they did last night against these Mustangs. Let's take a look at Waupun's batting order. Ethan Cunningham will lead things off. Brian Ferris batting second. Jake Krieger in the 3 slot. Cleanup batter Trey Schmidt, followed by Evan Sauer, Brennan Redeker, Landon Richter, also Graham Gopalan, and batting 9th is Benton Nagel. Well, we'll see if Waupun can get on the board right away here and jump on the Mustangs here. And I said a little sluggish for the bat, even though they did have a nice game this last and got a lot of hits. Definitely struggled getting hits. Only one person getting it was Sauer, getting 2 hits in that ball game yesterday.
Today they put balls in play against Amro, and Amro, just did not play very good defense, so that benefited Waupun, but at least Waupun putting balls in play hard.
Yeah, they could have ducked out of that 11-run inning that they gave up with those 2 bad errors that they had.
With about 1 or 2 runs instead of 11,
right.
That's correct.
Yeah, those were costly.
Actually those infield sharp bouncers back to short could have resulted in a double play if you ball called strike outside.
Yeah, a little off the plate on that one. 1-2 the count now in Cunningham. Yeah, Ethan, he had to kind of campaign. He was batting 9th there for a while. He had a campaign with the coaches, and he was very vocal about it, that he needs to move up in the order. That curves out of the zone, puts the count now at 2-2.
Yeah, all with good humor. I guess when you come back for your extra year, you can get a little more leeway in than doing that. But yeah, he said, I'm better than a 9-hitter.
Yeah. Way inside, just stepping out of the way as Cunningham makes the count now 3-2. He's earned his way, though. He had a home run, the only home run, I believe, for the post 210. He was the only home run that they had, talking to the coaches. They did have one during the regular season. That was Landon Potratz. Cunningham, a strong kid. Got some good wheels, good guy to have in that 1 slot. Get him on base, and he finds his way around the base path.
And Potratz hit that one in the high school season at Berlin in that crazy field they have over there with the stone wall, and he
hit it down the line, or he hit it center field. It had to be over 400 feet if it was down center field.
He hit it to the deeper part of the field, and it actually bounced off the top of the wall and went out for the home run. So it's going to be his claim to fame for a long time in his life. Not many balls that have gone out of there.
Yeah, he's had a nice senior year. I was happy about what we saw with him during the high school season. He definitely played some really good postseason games.
coming off knee surgery in the football season, at the end of the football season. So
Cunningham swings at the next one, fouls it into the mask of the home plate umpire. Yeah, on cue, the catcher will kind of head over towards the pitcher. Go the umpire will rattle that out of his head a little bit after getting a. You ever get it where it kind of stuns you a little bit when you get that?
Yeah, that one wasn't bad right there, I can tell you, just because it glanced off the top a little more. The ones that get you square in the face are the worst because they do rock you back. But yeah, Shotzi wearing the.
Curveball's going to say hi on the pitch by Kyler Marquardt. Garrett Whitman behind home plate. Noah Facio is the first baseman. Will Jansen at second base. Reese Jotun is their shortstop. Griffin Hank at third base. Left to right in their outfield, Isaac Verhagen, Griffin Verhagen, and also Dane. Maybe I didn't finish his name on that one. Dane Kruckberg. Didn't put the Berg on the Kruck. That brings up Brian Ferris, another dangerous guy to get on the base paths. Always aggressive out there.
Ferris showing bunt, and that one right at his head. Able to get out of the way.
Yeah, Cunningham did a good job. Fouled some pitches off and was down to the count 1-2 at one time and then earned himself a walk. That one's bunted and back into the screen. Count is now 1-1 to Bryant.
Yeah, home plate umpire Kevin Schultz, he's wearing that hockey-style mask, goalie-style mask, full helmet. I do the same now when I do baseball because it's more balls that get you from the side or something that are the worst.
Missed a little outside.
I found that balls that when batters get hit, like in the forearm or something, or maybe something inside, and it goes off the batter's body and it comes in at that 45-degree angle, drills you in the ear hole. Those are the ones that are in the neck. They can really set you back. So I started wearing that full helmet as well. When I do softball, I usually just wear a mask, even though those girls are throwing 65 now or plus with.
Yeah, they can bring it.
With a lot more mass.
Yeah, one is head up towards the middle, but it's kind of a tailor-made double play ball, but not a great throw to first base. Good job by their shortstop to get his glove on it, then take second base, but then just loops one over to first base. Not a great effort on that. So runner safe at first. They did get the lead runner. Jake up to bat. Trey Schmidt waiting on deck now for post 210.
Krieger had one of the better hits for Waupun in the tournament so far in that earlier game today. Just laced one to left field.
There, between third base and the third baseman. That was a nice hard hit. Didn't have time to react to it. That's going to curve out of the strike zone. Yeah, we got one of the pitchers with the hat a little bit loose, and it's going to fall down almost every pitch.
I only wish I had that much hair that my hat would fall off. Mine sticks pretty good to my skin.
Yeah, I made fun of some of the kids over these last years, how they have their hat perfect on their head. Kind of like the hockey players, too. It's just perfect flows out of the back of their helmet or out of their back of their hat. So I was kind of teasing them about that till I dug up my 14-year-old picture on my baseball team, and mine was doing the same thing when I had a lot of hair.
Krieger got a charge in that ball, but pulled foul. That's foul by about 15 feet. Little shoot. Outfield, they're playing fairly deep. We saw against Amaral, Waupun's outfield played very shallow, and they were able to track down a lot of fly balls that didn't carry very well.
Yeah, good news for Waupun baseball. They got a nice grant of about $150,000 to help them fix up this diamond. And they said they're going to have not real dirt mound.
Yeah, it's going to be an artificial mound as well, so there won't be any maintenance. And
that's an art form.
That's
very keep track of that and try to get that shaped just perfectly.
What it really bodes well for is when you have rainy days and stuff, you'll able to. It's the only real concern is when the mound gets wet.
Yeah, they got to battle that. They've Of course, you have the tarp over there with all the weights on it all around. It's quite a routine to have to get that out, and sometimes you get caught and really messes it up. So, yeah, we'll see what happens if they're going to do that during the off season. This season, I'm not sure.
Yeah, you would assume so, like they did at the Little League Diamonds. They did it in the fall and maybe started in September.
That helped them get a lot of teams, especially 11 and 12-year-old teams, because they made them into the 50-70 fields, which they didn't have before, and some teams not coming here because of that, and because they were a Little League affiliated team at that time. You couldn't have all the kind of juiced up bats that you normally can have at other tournaments. So they made those legal, got away from Little League, and they filled up all their tournaments that they had for 10, 11, 12 years old. So very successful tournament season. It's going to get past the catcher, and the runners will advance another base.
Marquardt throwing a lot of pitches here in this first inning and working hard.
So again, Trey Schmidt up to bat for Waupun. 2-0 count on him. Evan Sauer waiting on deck, see if Waupun can get a few across the plate here, get an early lead. Here's the 2-0 pitch from Marquardt. And that is hit up the middle, and the second baseman's going to make it get there. Just not much on that one, and a good job by the second baseman, Will Jansen, to get it right behind second base. Just didn't quite have enough on that one.
Got jammed a little bit in on the hands and able to muscle it, but not quite enough. Evan's been hot. Let's see if he can keep that going.
Evan's the guy. That's the guy you want up to bat right now. Had a hot bat yesterday. Got the only 2 hits for Waupun. 2 guys in the scoring position. Let's get her going right away here in the first inning.
I think the Mustang's well aware of Evan's ability after that.
Ooh, that one catches the inside part of the plate. Nice pitch there by Marquardt. No offer from Pon's Evan Sauer.
Evan gets that really low grip on the bat. He's actually got his pinky, maybe his ring finger down on the knob, and then hands tight together.
This pitch is going to miss high, puts the count at 2-1.
Evan being selective. He's waiting for something down the main street, down middle, that he can drive.
Low and away on the next pitch. 3-1 the count now in Evan. A couple guys on, got on with the walk path, and actually one of them on with a fielder's choice with Brian Ferris, now waiting over at third base.
Garrett Whitman wanted to have a little talk here with Marquardt and say, let's go here, buddy. You're getting up high in the pitch count. You have 2 outs. Let's get ourselves a ground ball here. And that's normally what the conversations, as an umpire, sometimes you get to hear those things.
Yeah.
And sometimes they're just asking what you want to have for dinner after the game. Just break up the momentum.
It's lined, but foul over on the right field side. 3-2 the count now on Evan Sauer with a big opportunity here to get Waupun on the board first. Lose, you're done. You win. He'll be playing against Campbellsport at noon tomorrow. You'll have to beat him twice if you want to go on to the state tournament. Comes the 3-2 pitch. That's down to the dirt, and now bases loaded for Waupun. Third walk of the inning for pitcher Kyler Marquardt. Brenner Redeker now steps to the plate. Waupun's first baseman. Yeah, swung a pretty good bat during the high school season. We got to see him numerous times, and got himself right in the middle of the order. That's where he usually batted at that time, kind of where he's at now. And that's going to be between the shortstop and third base. Waupun is going to score 2. A 2 RBI single off the bat of Brennan Redeker.
I can't see down below, but sounds like a loud and boisterous crowd for the Waupun Legion team tonight.
Yeah, I figured the nighttime game was going to be a little better attended than the first game here today, but the Legion a big thing here in Waupun.
Yeah, good for Redeker. He's Not having a lot of success so far in this tournament. Right there, he came through with one of the bigger hits so far. 2 outs, couple strikes on him, able to put a ball in play.
Yeah, great speed with Sauer over there at second base. Good aggressive runner out there, so just give him a chance. He'll take it.
Richter, the only player that's one of those seniors, graduated seniors, that is young enough that he would be able to come back next year and play.
Yeah, he's the only one. It's usually you get about 2, 3 of them that
Have the option at least, yes.
I know my nephew Andy Visser, he missed it by 2 weeks. He missed it, and he really wanted to play one more season with his buddies, and a little bit too old. And his brother had a chance. He was Player of the Year in the Little Ten Conference, and he didn't. He opted not to do it, which
I remember that
disappointed him.
I've never heard a kid say that that did it that came back and said, "I wish I wouldn't have played an extra year."
No. One stays high into Richter. 2-2 the count now to Landon. Graham Gopalin hoping he gets a at bat here with now runners at first and second base. 2 runners in. Waupun leading 2-0 on your new medical integrated healthcare scoreboard. 2-2 pitch also stays high.
Marquardt struggling to find the strike zone. He's struggling to keep his hat on his head every pitch.
That's got to get irritating.
It's a little distracting, I would think.
Yeah.
I mean,
we've seen it before.
I guess the pitch is out of your hand at that. He's looking for the count here for the home plate umpire.
Yeah, 3-2 count. He's already walked 3 here in the inning. 2 runs have crossed home plate, and hopefully get things going here. This is going to miss outside, and now bases are loaded for Waupun. Another walk, his 4th walk of the inning. Now bases loaded for post 210, and that will bring up Graham Gopalin.
Nowhere to put him. Now you have to throw strikes. Graham can get on an early pitch here. I think fastball, trying to get ahead in the count.
Timeout by Graham, but let's see if we can get a few more across the plate. Of course, Evan Sauer is a guy that they haven't pitched yet. They'd probably be considered the number 2 pitcher here in the postseason. Logan Prawl was during the high school season, but he plays with his club team during the summer months. Same with Chase Beam. That's a big loss, not having your catcher. And looking forward to him on the football field, Chase. They got some big plans, and there's a lot of expectations for Waupun football. We'll be at all their games coming up this season, so looking forward to that. 1-1 pitch. That is a called strike now. 1-2 the count.
Chase Beam will have his favorite target back in Logan Prawl.
Yeah.
Gopalin, another one that, played much bigger than his size in the football field, too.
Yeah, we were happy with what we saw from him on the football field. That went down to the dirt, and luckily for Little Chute, it goes off the home plate umpire and stays right by the catcher, so everybody stays where they're at.
Catcher Garrett Whitman kind of said to the umpire, "Thank you."
Yeah.
Sometimes happens. Sometimes it kicks off your shin guard and goes the wrong way. Makes it very difficult for the catcher to find.
2-2's the count. Here's the pitch from Marquardt. That's going to stay way high. He's already walked 4 of this inning, and now bases loaded. 2 runs in for Waupun. 2-0 the lead here. Bottom of the first inning. It to be a very long inning here defensively for Little Chute.
No idea what the Mustangs' other option would be. I mean, you have to win this game if you're going to get to the game tomorrow. So I would think that they would, consider taking him. If he continues to struggle, they might have to make a change here early. But only so far giving up 2 runs, even though there's been a lot of traffic on the base paths.
And runners going on the pitch, and that goes over the top of Gopalin, and that'll walk in a run. Sauer comes in, base is still loaded, 2 down. Waupun now leading 3-0. And not done, hopefully, here in the bottom half of inning number 1.
There's going to be a trip to the mound here to either make a change or at least have a discussion about what you need to do.
Looks like just the little father-son discussion out in the mound right now, but struggling right now is Kyler Marquardt. They're just trying to see if they get by here, but maybe they used their best that they did against Waupun in that game last night. Yeah, Hermsen had a great game against Waupun and just shut him down.
Now he's very efficient, able to go. I think he finished that game actually with 104 pitches. So American Legion, you're allowed 105 plus. If you've started a batter at 104, you can continue on, and if they fall off 10 pitches, obviously you can keep going to finish that batter.
So the 9th batter of the inning coming up for Waupun. Benton Nagel, the catcher, coming to the plate, and hopefully the guy we'll see bat this inning, Ethan Cunningham, awaiting on deck.
I think Waupun has to consider taking a strike before they swing here, but no, guess
Little
not.
chopper towards third. That's going to be a tough ball for the third baseman. Hank throws to first, and that is not in time. Another run comes across the plate for Waupun. Could have placed it out there better. Coming in hard on that one was Griffin Hank. Throws to first, but a little bit too late. Good speed up the line there for Benton Nagel. Gets himself an RBI.
Couldn't have bunted it better than that swinging.
Okay, so 4 runs in for Waupun. And back to the top of the order, and that's going to be chopped over to third base. Good job just before it hit the ground on the second bounce. Griffin Hank scoops it up, touches third, but not before the damage is done. 5 walks in that inning by the pitcher, Kyler Marquardt. Waupun scores 4, and after 1 complete, Waupun leading 4-0 on your New Medical Integrated Healthcare scoreboard. Back at the top of the second, coming up in just a minute.
The John Deere Gator XUV lets you cut, pack, drive, scout, weld, stack, feed, pull, load, tow, spray, and haul, all in a single day. With a redesigned, fully customizable cargo box and a towing capacity of up to 4,000 pounds. You just have to get in the seat.
Visit Ballweg Implement, Highway 68 West Waupun and Ballweg Turf and Leisure North of Spring Street and Beaver Dam. Just have to get in the seat with Ballweg Implement.
Sometimes life gets muddled. At the Britton House in Waupun, you can count on it garnished with an orange twist. With muddled old fashions, third pound burger Thursdays, fish fried Fridays, Saturday night prime rib combos, and Sunday brunch, the Wisconsin Supper Club tradition is alive and serving in Waupun. Turn off the phone and turn on to 735 South Watertown Street in Waupun for an evening outside of the stresses of the work week. The Britton House in Waupun. Like and follow on Facebook.
Have you got your ducks in a row these days? Probably a great idea to call All-Phase.
Rocky, that was pretty great. However, not those ducks. Your air ducts. Hi, this is Jackie with All-Phase Heating, Cooling, and Geothermal, serving Dodge, Fond du Lac, Marquette, Columbia, and Green Lake counties. Dust allergens and even mold could be hiding in your air conditioning ducts. Your dryer vent could be clogged too. It's best to get them cleaned now. One of our most trusted brands is American Standard. Call 920-763-2301 or log on to allphasecomforts.com.
We are back. Nice start here for Waupun with 4 runs in the bottom of the first inning, but 5 walks issued by the Little Chute pitcher, Kyler Marquardt. That was a tough one to watch, I'm sure, for the Little Chute fans.
Yeah, well, he said 43 pitches in 1 inning. It doesn't bode well. You're not going to. It's 10 batters to the plate for Waupun. Wow.
And Waupun with their top pitcher on the mound, making quick work of Little Chute in the top half of inning number 1. Here we go. Top of inning number 2. Number 5 in the batting order, Griffin Hank pops one out of play over on the first base side. Strike 1.
Sometimes playing back-to-back helps you. Sometimes, especially a warmer day, it can be troublesome. Wears kids down a little bit.
Next one misses low. Count is now 1-1 to Hank. Noah Fascio waiting on deck. That's going to be well outside. Kind of steered that one, and not exactly what he wanted to do with that ball. Just a ball. Makes the count 2-1.
There's your Noah Fascio.
Yeah, there's the Noah. Yeah.
Yeah, you've been wanting to call somebody a Noah all day, so now we have one.
Yeah, it's hit high in the air out to short center field, and that was going to be hauled in. But what an amazing catch there by Evan Sauer over his shoulder. Make it look easy on a very, very tough catch.
No, he didn't get that. He got that on the bounce.
Oh, did he?
Oh, yeah, that bounced.
Oh, did it bounce? Okay.
Yeah,
No wonder it looked so easy because he didn't catch it. Must have been right in line with the ball.
Just out of his reach, and then he quick scooped it off the ground in one hop.
Yeah, just
good thing you're not umpiring. You'd have called that an out.
Well, looking through two cloudy windows here, so. Ooh. Yeah, Fasio, a pretty good-sized man up there, and a big swing and a miss on that first pitch in.
Yeah, I saw him not real quick on the base paths, and chance for a double play ball here maybe if you get something hit on the ground.
This one is high, makes the count 1-1.
Also a guy that can drive balls in the gap, so yeah, try and keep the ball low, maybe breaking pitch down, get a ground ball.
Rough start here now. He misses outside of the next pitch. So nobody out. Little Chute would love to answer, at least get a few runs back. Yeah, catches the outside part of the plate. Count is now 2-2 to Fasio.
Obviously the strategy is to work the outside against him. Maybe get something on the other edge. He's going to pound into the ground to shortstop.
That thing was curving right back in. He had to swing. He had to fight it off, and he good job staying alive there. 2-2 the count now to Fasio. Will Jansen awaiting on deck. All right, this is a little low on that next pitch. Makes it now a 3-2 count.
Nagel, not a normal Senior Legion catcher, but he does a nice job of framing, gets himself low, gives the umpire a good window to see the pitch.
Tried to curve one in there, but that one just kind of hung up there. It stayed high, and now runners at first and second base. So a base hit, a walk for a Little Chute to start things out. And that'll bring up Will Jansen, right-handed hitter, up to bat. And jams him on that, little fights it off. Foul ball, strike one. Yeah, should Waupun win, we'll be back again tomorrow at noon. Waupun against Campbellsport. Campbellsport taking care of business in the previous game, 7-4 that they knocked off Little Chute. Bunt right back to Krager, picks it up, thought about third, flicks it. Now that's going to go out in the outfield. That's going to cost Waupun a run coming in, and maybe a couple runs. Now they're going to hold up the runner over at third base. Awkward throw, kind of trying to flick it over there. Crossed his body, looped over the top of Rediker at first base and along the fence line. So now Little Chute on the board, and runners at second and third, and nobody out.
And Jake, he took a look at third base, thought he might have a chance, didn't have it, kind of lost his balance and threw off his back foot off his heels.
Ethan Melendrez up to bat now, fouls the first pitch off. Yeah, Little Chute in good position right now with nobody out, runners at second and third. This fastball finds the strike zone, makes the count 0-2. Melendrez bats eighth in the order. Isaac Verhagen, the ninth batter, awaiting on deck. So that was just a little bit low. So Jake thought he had that one, but umpire said a little low. 1-2 the count now on Melendrez. Strikeout would be huge. Get at least one out up on the board. Comes the 1-2 count. Pitch, and that is going to head up the middle, and that's going to bring in one run. And the runner holds up at third base. The runner's now at the corners, and Waupun only leading 4-2 after they got 2 runs in, and nobody out yet for the Little Chute Mustangs.
That thing had eyes, not hit that hard. Right back up the middle, straight over second base.
And Brent Ferris is going to have a little talk with the team, settle them down a little bit, but things not going Waupun's way after getting those 4 runs in the bottom of the first inning and an immediate answer by Little Chute. 2 runs in, and they're still sitting pretty good with runners at the corners and nobody out.
I would dare to bet that the majority of the people from Waupun did not even know that Ferris's first name was Brent, because everyone calls him Otis.
Everybody, yeah.
And if you don't know that story, he works for the Otis Elevator Company. He's a project manager, I believe, and he wears his shirts always say Otis on the front. Affectionately took that handle.
Yeah.
All of his work shirts.
Yeah. Some people have been called worse, so yeah,
Yeah,
grab onto that one.
And if you go anywhere in an elevator, the hospital, the city hall here in Waupun, any commercial building around the entire country, you're gonna, if you look at the signs in those elevators, most of them say Otis on it.
And this is on the first pitch into Verhagen. That is 1-0. He offers on a bunt, misses everything, makes the count 1-1. Top of the order, Reese Joten waiting on deck. And this is drilled out towards right field. That's going to fall in front of Cunningham and try to get the out over at second, but they say they got him over there.
Ooh.
Oof. Jeez. I don't believe
I don't know. Got a generous call right there, yeah.
They just pointed and said they want to be reviewed in New York right now to see.
Yeah. Put the headsets on and go check this one, right?
Yeah. Ooh, that was a rough one. Another run does come in, makes it a 4-3 ball game. So now just the runner at first base with one down. Finally got that out. That brings top of the order, and that is popped out towards left field, and getting underneath is Trey Schmidt. Hauls it in for the out. Keeps the runner at first base. So 2 down, that runner at first. In a 4-3 ball game, Waupun leading, up by a run here in the top of inning number 2.
Yeah, the fans down below not real happy with that call. Yeah, I can hear it up here for about 10 seconds afterwards.
Yeah, we're Waupun guys, but I would have every right to be a little angry about that called strike on the first pitch in. No offer from Verhagen.
Isaac Verhagen wanted a hit too. He got a fielder's choice out of that.
It's hit high in the air, out towards center field, and coming in, it's Bryant Ferris. And hauls it in for the out, but not before the damage is done. 3 runs come in, and Waupun hanging on to a 4-3 lead after 1.5. Back with the bottom half of inning number 2 coming your way right after this on RadioPlusInfo.com and Jeff's live stream.
Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
It's the Customer Appreciation Mega Sale now at Waupun's Piggly Wiggly. Pork, baby back ribs, buy 1, get 1 free. Deals on Sprite, Coca-Cola, buy 2, get 2 free. Deals on tortilla chips, pretzels, or puffcorn. Great deals on Kemp's ice cream, Piggly Wiggly water, Kemp's milk, and more. It's the Customer Appreciation Mega Sale now, all this week at Waupun's Piggly Wiggly. Shop the pig.
Ballwig Implement is your John Deere Gator headquarters with a full inventory of new John Deere Gators for every interest and need and special deals. Now through July 31st, take advantage of cash off or low rate financing for qualified applicants on the Gator of your dreams. A variety of models for 2 to 4 passengers, up to 1,000 pound cargo capacity, 2, 4, or 6-wheel drive, and lots of attachments for fun and to get the work done. See the models and options that work for you. Ballwig Implement in Waupun and Beaver Dam, your full-line John Deere dealer and John Deere Gator headquarters.
Okay, we are back at the Gus and Waupun, and an immediate answer by Little Chute, getting 3 runs in the top of the second inning within 1 run, and definitely something to gripe about with that call over at second base. The 2 that might have kept their inning alive a little bit longer, but here we go. Waupun sitting in a good spot, starting in number 2 in the batting order with Brian Ferris, followed by Jake Krieger and Trey Schmidt, number 2, 3, and 4. Coming to the plate to start things out here in the bottom half of inning number 2.
Upon sending 10 to the plate, Ethan Cunningham, leadoff, getting 2 plate appearances in the first inning.
Yeah, we never mind if it messes up our book, if it's Waupun that's doing it, but otherwise I don't care for it. Ooh, and that's going to get him in the back. Good job by Ferris, turning the right way on that one. Gets hit by a pitch, and runner heads to first base.
Ferris gets hit by a pitch. He'll take his free base. Now batting the pitcher.
And Brian, a good guy to be leading you out on the base pass. He's going to find his way around the bases again, and Jake Krieger coming up. Jake was walked and scored back in the first inning, which...
Yep, Marquardt definitely, he's struggling to find the strike zone in this game. He's about 50 pitches in already.
Jake leaves the first one alone, called strike one. Two of those guys out of the 5 that got walked in the first inning crossed home plate. So those are costly to Little Chute. There's gets a pretty sizable lead. That's going to miss inside. Count is now 1-1 to Krieger.
Kyler Marquardt's going to wear himself up just picking his hat up every pitch.
Yeah, that's got to add up after a while. And way ahead of that hard hit ball, but pulled it foul over on the left field side. Puts the count now at 1-2 to Jake.
Krieger's finding his stroke right now. Been ahead of a couple of pitches, but definitely squaring them up.
Yeah, definitely a little concerned over there with the pitcher Marquardt. With Ferris over at first base. Oof, that one gets out of his hands and makes it all the way back to the backstop. And Ferris just nice little stroll over to second base. And now a runner in scoring position for post 210.
As Harry Doyle would say, just a little bit outside.
Jake had a little smile talking to the catcher as he walked back to the plate. 2-2 the count now for Jake. See if he can get Ferris in from second base. But maybe he'll try to put some together right now and get another big inning. Nice little pitch. Catches the outside part of the plate. And down is Krieger on strikes. Watching that one go by with a big hook.
That's the first out of the inning. That brings up the left fielder, number 24,
Trey Schmidt comes up to the plate now. He had a couple singles in the game earlier today against Domro. An RBI. Some nice, strong chances out to right field. He really likes to go with it. We had a guy back in the day. He'd start every game out with either an in-the-park home run or a triple when we played softball up in Wausau. Slicing those balls, they'd land about a foot in. Here's another one out to right field. And that's going to be another RBI for Waupun. They're going to hang on to the throw at first base. And a nice hard hit ball off the bat of Trey Schmidt. He's got that working today. That brings up Ferris all the way from second base, and Waupun much needed run there. Maybe this is You'll see who can get the most runs across the plate here with the way things have went so far. Now Waupun leading by 2, 5-3, and Evan Sauer coming up now for post 210.
He missed.
Yeah,
He was
the
on
flies
my arm.
are
Yeah, there's
crazy bad right now.
a couple of flies right around me.
Yeah, it's better flies than mosquitoes. I know those come out. What time is it?
I don't know when the game finished. We started an hour later last night, but yeah, I went down to join the festivities a little bit. Didn't even stick around for 5 minutes. They were so bad.
Yeah, there's a hard hit ball out towards right field. That's going to, no, it's going to go to the top of the right field. He falls down to the sides. And now you got Trey Schmidt on his horse right now, and he's going to try to score, and he's going to score. Hard hit ball off the bat of Evan Sauer. He gets over top of the right fielder. And that brings in a run for Waupun, and Waupun now gets another run, now leading 6-3 here in the bottom half of inning number 2, and just one out with a runner at second.
Nice job of base coaching by Bob Spanbauer over at third base. Reading that ball coming in and seeing it wasn't going to be handled cleanly on the cutoff. And
Waupun always known, especially these last years, being a very aggressive team on the base pass, and that was Schmidt scoring all the way from first base. So 2 runs in, now back up to a 3-run lead for Waupun, leading 6-3, and just 1 down, and they've got Brennan Redeker to the plate. That one gets away from pitcher Marquardt over the top of his head, and over to third base now is Evan Sauer.
Whitman a little bit lackadaisical and going after it. Sauer, I don't think he was going to go right away. He got a secondary lead, and then when he Saw Whitman not hustling after the ball. Didn't get that far from him. He decided to go to third.
Catches the outside part of the plate into Redeker. Called strike. No offer. Count is now 1-1. Yeah, 4 runs in the first inning for Waupun. 2 so far here in the second inning. 3 runs in the top of the second for Little Chute. A strike and the foul in. Pitch into Redeker. Makes the count now 1-2. Oof. That one catching the extended outside part of the plate for strike 3 on Redeker. Goes down looking. Landon Richter up now trying to get Waupun's Evan Sauer in from third base. They've got 2 runs in, up by 3, 6-3, and a new medical integrated healthcare scoreboard. Chopper over the third base side, foul.
Here by Spanbauer.
Oh, he dropped one over there.
That was a hot hit ball, but yeah, one hopper off his hands, or off his boards, I mean. No, I guess they're hands. We'll go. Yeah, we love Bobby.
Oh, he's a great guy. We had a lot of fun times of these postseason Legion games. A lot of traveling, following the guys, and it's been fun. Yeah, Bobby's got a passion for the game. It's good to see he stays involved, and he still pitches batting practice, doesn't he, once in a while?
He does. Yeah.
Wow.
He says his arm is good. The rest of the body, the knees and the hips and everything hurts so much afterwards. But
this is going to go off from
off of the umpire. That's dead. It's going to put Sauer back at third. Yeah.
And a dead ball after it hit the umpire.
Yeah, hits him off his shoe and.
Now with 2 away.
Goes down as a hit for Richter.
Okay. Take it, but that does keep that runner over at third base.
And straight at our field umpire. Didn't know which direction to go. He stood in and took one right in the ankle.
Yeah.
And it was pretty loud, too.
Yeah.
Even with our headsets on, we could hear that crack.
Yeah, that's the hardest one I think I've seen with a base ump before. Seen you guys behind the home plate get beat up pretty good in the game.
I don't think I've ever gotten hit when I've been on as a field umpire. I don't believe I've ever gotten hit by a batted ball. Been close a few times, but cannot recall ever getting drilled.
I got those cat-like reflexes
Yeah,
out
that's
there.
me, yeah.
A little backflip out of the way. And taking him off, and Richter with no throw over to second base. Now runners at second and third for Waupun. Love to get these runs in and get a little more insurance in this ball game. Graham Gopalin up. That one's going to be a called strike.
Definitely want to live on the outer half today.
Yeah.
Getting that call. You're not getting the inside, which, consistently getting it a few inches off the plate on the outside.
Big cut on the next pitch. Puts the count now at 1-2. Yeah, you got to adjust to where they're calling. I mean, they're not going to adjust to you. You got to adjust to what you can recognize that. Here we go. 2 down, a 1-2 count now for Graham Gopalin. Pitch fastball is going to miss high. 2-2 the count.
Brewer game yesterday afternoon, they were talking about the home plate umpire, just very narrow, but he was given high strikes and low strikes, but nothing on the edges. Just a unique strike zone, getting them sometimes 3 inches high and sometimes several inches below the Fox pitch track. But
you think they'll ever go to that? Just use that?
I think it's coming.
It's happening at different levels.
You'll
right
never even know what happened because all it does is tell the umpire in his ear.
One's going to miss, and Gopalin issued a walk. Now bases loaded again for Waupun.
Did you watch any of the All-Star game?
Yes.
They used the robo umpire for that, and you really never knew.
Didn't they have something where they could request it reviewed or something?
Yeah, they
'Cause I
do.
thought they just for the heck of it. I think one of the
Yeah,
guys
they were
did
trying to experimenting with it, some of those things a little bit, and I don't think it hurt the game at all.
And that's on the ground over the shortstop. Kind of bobbles it, and safe all around now for Waupun. A run comes in. Got a hard ball, kind of came up on him on the chest, and then he just couldn't quite haul it in, and everybody's safe. Brown brings in another run, and now leading by 4, 7-3.
They now lead 7-3. And back to the top of the order for number 7, Ethan Cunningham.
Here we go, 3 runs into the inning, 7-3 lead for Waupun. They answer right away after giving up 3 in the top of the half of the inning. It's the 9th batter of the second inning for Waupun. Back to the top of the order with Ethan. Brian Ferris awaiting on deck. That one's fouled back. 1-1 the count now to Ethan.
At the pace we're seeing here tonight, this is going to be a long game. A lot of run scores. It's going to be like a football score here. 17-14. That's a possibility the way things are starting out. Hopefully Krieger gets it figured out, gets some shutdown innings.
Swings on the next one, fouls it back. Puts the count out at 1-2. I do appreciate those games that move right along and just those little 3-2 games and keep things moving.
So do umpires, I'll guarantee you that much.
Yeah, you get paid the same no matter if it's a long game or a short one. That's why you started doing some softball games, isn't it? Those are a lot shorter, and you get paid the same for that, don't you?
You get paid a little less, but
little
not that
less.
much, no. I mean, normally much shorter games, especially with good pitching.
Comes the 1-2 pitch. And there's that spot right off the plate, and a called strike 3 into Cunningham. So 9 batters to the plate. 3 runs do come in, and Waupun back up by 4, 7-3. And we'll be back with the top half of inning number 3 right after this on Radio Plus and Jeff's live stream.
Have you got your ducks in a row these days? Probably a great idea to call All-Phase.
Bucky, that was pretty great. However, not those ducks. Your air ducts. Hi, this is Jackie with All-Phase Heating, Cooling, and Geothermal, serving Dodge, Fond du Lac, Marquette, Columbia, and Green Lake counties. Dust allergens and even mold could be hiding in your air conditioning ducts. Your dryer vent could be clogged too. It's best to get them cleaned now. One of our most trusted brands is American Standard. Call 920-763-2301 or log on to allphasecomforts.com.
A reminder for everyone that Bent's Automotive is open Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. until 5 p.m. and on Saturdays by appointment only. Keeping your vehicle in tip-top running condition is essential. Call 324-9962 for Bent's Automotive. Get the quality repair and maintenance services you need from the automotive technicians you can trust. Bent's Automotive at the corner of Carrington and Main Streets in beautiful downtown Waupun. Call 920-324-9962 to schedule your service or repair needs today.
And welcome back to the Gus and Waupun. Another crazy inning. Waupun gets another 3 runs across the plate and they go back to a 4-run lead like they had after the end of the first inning. But now leading this game 7-3 on your new medical integrated healthcare scoreboard. Steve and Randy with you. Jeff on the live stream. And again, this is an elimination game in this AA American Legion tournament here in Waupun. If you lose, you are done. If you win, to take on Campbellsport and have to beat them twice coming up tomorrow with the first game at noon.
Now batting for the Mustangs, number 3, Garrett Whitman.
So number 3, 4, and 5 in the batting order coming up for Little Chute. Garrett Whitman, Dane Kruckberg, and also Griffin Hank. Seemed like such a nice calm start to the game with those quietly got those 3 outs. Gave up 1 hit, but otherwise it was a pretty quiet inning after that. It's been crazy stuff going on. Taking a little off of that one and chasing one high. Swinging a miss by Whitman.
Yeah, that's the slurve there from Krieger, the extra slow curveball that Looks so tantalizing.
It's one of these times he starts it right down the middle and it curves out of the strike zone. Count is now 1-1.
I don't know if you count that as 2 pitches or not. I mean, Krieger's got the good, quick curveball, and he also has the big, sweeping, slow curveball. So I guess they'd both qualify as breaking pitches and maybe the same grip, but throws them differently.
It's a little off that one, too. Gets fouled back. Count now 2-2 to Whitman.
Once again, Jake Krieger, I know we talked about it earlier today, but on his way to UW-Madison, high-level academic student.
Ooh, that
foul.
one's going to go off the...
Say it hit him? Oh,
say it hit off his hands. It looks like he's going to be heading up the first baseline. You're kind of hoping that it just hit the butt of the bat, but not that lucky. So the leadoff batter is on, and Dane Kluckberg coming up. There's some weird things that happened in that other inning too, when they got their 3 runs against Waupun.
Yeah, it has not been a crisp played game here by either team.
Kluckberg, he grounded out back to the pitcher back in the first inning to get the last out. Making sure the runner is all right after he got hit by the pitch. Smart on the fingers.
Yeah, Whitman, the catcher, those guys are tough. They get beat up back there. They're just used to being dinged up, part of their life.
That was one thing I never played. I played all the positions, and normally mostly first base through my years, but catcher had no desire to be back there. It's a special kind of person that sits behind home plate. We've seen some good ones here in Waupun.
Yes, we have.
First Marwitz was a nice one back in the championship year, way back in the middle 2000s. It catches the inside part of the plate. Keegan Hartcrank, I thought he did a great job with a couple of pitchers that threw nothing but breaking pitches. Billy and Bronkhorst. And he did a great job having to throw a lot of runners out over at first after the swing and a miss on strike 3 and the breaking pitch down to the ground. He'd knock it down and throw it to first. Did that all season long, all the way to the state championship game.
Eric Taves, one of the best. If Taves was not pitching and striking everyone out, he was catching and doing a great job back there. But
he was an impressive athlete. He was really a great baseball player.
Yeah, we talk about some of the good ones here. I oftentimes forget about Eric and how good he was as a pitcher.
It's hit high in the air out towards center field. Ferris calling everybody off and hauls it in for the out. So 1 down, runner at first base, and that'll bring up Griffin Hank.
That'll bring up the third baseman, number 7, Griffin.
Griffin, so far in the ball game, had that single and scored to get things going back in the second inning for the Mustangs. That's one school I don't think I've ever been to, over to Little Chute High School. You go by it all the time if you're going up to Green Bay and right off from 41. See it right on the water tower.
Yeah, it's Appleton and Kaukauna and Kimberly, and all of a sudden you're somewhere in there as Little Chute just kind of sneaks in.
Yeah, bouncer second hop over to Evan Sauer. Gets the out at second, throw to first, and that is in time. A 6-4-3 double play for Waupun, shutting the door on the Mustangs here in the top of the third inning. And we'll be back with the bottom half of inning number 3 coming your way right after this on Radio Plus and Jeff's live stream.
Hey, cheese! If you cringe when it's time to smile, come to Dentistry of Wisconsin in Beaver Dam and Waupun to make your grin big, bright, and beautiful. They can help with impactful solutions like implants, bridges, orthodontics like Sure Smile clear aligners. And if you're looking for simple smile enhancers, they offer tooth whitening and veneers. Give Dentistry of Wisconsin a call in Beaver Dam at 887-2112 or their Waupun office at 324-3881. You can also visit them online at dentistryofwisconsin.com.
Did you know that Ergo Bank of Marquezan and Fox Lake offers Casasa Rewards checking accounts? All Casasa Rewards accounts include refunds on ATM withdrawal fees when you meet the monthly qualification criteria. There's no monthly maintenance fee and no minimum balance requirement. Best of all, you get rewarded for things you probably do anyway. such as using your debit card and setting up a direct deposit. Discover the benefits of opening a Casasa Rewards checking account at Ergo Bank of Marquezan and Fox Lake.
Okay, nice job by Waupun closing the door on Little Chute. That runner at first base, 6-4-3 double play, and no runs in the top of the third inning for the Mustangs. So Waupun will bring up again right where they started last inning with number 2, 3, and 4 in the batting order. Brian Ferris, Jake Krieger, and Trey Schmidt. 3 batters coming up for Waupun here to start things out in the third inning.
Upon getting their batting practice, we
Yeah.
got a new guy here on the mound, right? Who's this? A left-hander, number 6.
Trevor Verhagen.
Okay, so he was playing.
Trevor Verhagen.
Griffin Verhagen was playing.
He was playing center field. Trevor was.
Oh yeah. Yep. Yeah, bringing a lefty on the mound now for the Mustangs. Definitely needed to see somebody else if you're a Little Chute person. Struggling was Kyler Marquardt in that first few innings that he pitched in this ball game.
Marquardt, he was at getting near his pitch count almost.
Yeah, we're in the third inning, and here we got everybody up for their third time here for Waupun, starting with Brian Ferris. First pitch into him misses high for ball 1.
Ferris dodges out of the way and called strike. Yeah, lefties will do that to you. Sweeping left-hander. Rides in on those right-handed hitters.
One is swung on and fouled back and out of play. 1-2 the count now for Bryant. Yeah, we're going to miss Bryant, too. I missed him on the basketball court. He brought an attitude out there, and I always pointed him out to my grandkids. I said, that's the guy you got to watch. If you want to learn how to play defense, watch how tough he plays out there. He's in your face. He's a pesky player. But, he played very physical. He hustled his butt off out there and just a good team leader. So we're going to miss him on the basketball court and, of course, on the baseball field. It brings that right here to the diamond, too. The base is hard. It was hard in center field. Fouls the next pitch off. Keeps the count now at 2-2.
I know when Waupun's football team was struggling and they were trying to kind of turn things around, he actually came out his junior year and played some football too. He hadn't been a football guy, but they needed numbers and they needed athletes, and he contributed to that and able to get Waupun's program at least going in the right direction.
He's a guy that would play bigger than what he is. He's just a tough kid.
Going to UW Milwaukee, I believe, is the plans for Bryant.
3-2 pitch. And that one misses, and a walk issue to Brian Ferris. So different pitcher, but same result with a leadoff walk now for Waupun, and that'll bring up Jake Krieger. Jake so far in the game has walked. He has went down looking at a strikeout. Waupun can keep on scoring every inning in this ball game. Too much to hope that we could have this a shortened game with the way they're scoring here in the game. It's I don't think it's too much to hope, but
no. Yeah, we'll see how Verhagen does if he's
finds a strike zone. No offer from Jake. 1-1 the count now to Krieger.
With all the walks that were going on early, he would have been a possibility, but Trevor Verhagen looks like he's going to get around the zone more.
Bounces, hits the dirt before he gets to home plate. No offer from Krieger. 2-1 the count.
One of Bob Spanbauer's big pet peeves is those pitchers that walk halfway to home when they get the ball thrown back to them every time. Bob, you can just hear Bob, stay on the mound, will you?
Yeah.
That's Verhagen. He comes all the way towards home, gets the ball, has to walk back.
That can change the length of a ball game too.
Yes. Plus, they really dislike it when the weather's bad.
It's a hard hit ball, but it's going to be right at the left fielder. Verhagen hauls it in. Keep the runner at first base, but one down. He said Jake has been hitting right on the button, even with that being an out. Still is a hard hit ball.
Four-hole hitter number 24, Trey Schmidt.
Okay, here we go. Runner at first base hit with one down, and Trey Schmidt coming up had the nice RBI single out to right field. And this one he pulls and takes it up to left center field, putting runners now at first and second base. They throw the ball in, and a good backup by the first baseman. Overshooting the cutoff into the infield. Yeah, Trey, he's really he's having a nice tournament here, and
he's had a great season actually. You know, all the way from high school on, and
he won a couple of games with his bat.
He's had a couple walk-offs, I think, in the high school season. One for sure, I remember, but not a walk-off homer, but a walk-off hit.
Evan Sauer watches strike one go by.
I don't say this in a negative way, but Trey Schmidt's better than I thought he would ever be. I just, you know, he's not a huge guy, and I just thought, well, he's going to be a nice high school player, but he's turning into a really good high school player.
Another hard hit ball out to left center field, and Pond's going to score another run, and RBI single off the bat of Evan Sauer. Evan Sauer again brings another run in. Vince Ferris in all the way from second base. That's the third time that Brian Ferris has crossed home plate. So another run for Waupun, now leading 8-3.
Yeah, maybe some people listening up in Rapids. Proud of Evan.
I know his dad, John, probably, I'm not sure if the 10-year-olds won again, and check that too, but sure if they won their ball game up at Plover. They were behind when I was watching earlier, so I really didn't see who ended up winning at the end of that game. The 10U team for Waupun, my grandson Riker on that team. Is he a shortstop or third baseman or a pitcher?
My backdoor neighbor, Botzler, on that team. Kid is.
Yeah, I'm confused with the whole Batzler thing, but I did ask him, and they said it is Botzler, but everybody calls him Batzler, and that's what they kind of go by in Waupun. And because I said, do I call you Botzler? He says, no, Batzler in town here. So that's what he wants to be, even though he said he is definitely relatives with the Botzler family over towards Campbellsport.
Yeah, it's my sister-in-law.
Yeah. Yep.
Same family, and she always was Claire Botzler before she married my brother-in-law Dennis. Became a Beck.
No question on that one.
Nope.
Beck's Beck. Hard hit ball, and that's going to make it past the shortstop, and Pond is going to score another run. Another hard hit ball, man. I tell you, they were right on it. If they're not getting walked, they're hitting the ball hard, and that was a nice swing there by Brennan Redeker.
Trey Schmidt scores again for the second time in the game.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, you got Evan Sauer on the bases right now. He scored a couple times. He's standing at second, so Pond opens up a 6-run lead now, leading 9-3 here in the bottom of the third inning. Landon Richter up to bat now for Waupun. So far he has had a single, and he's also walked, so he's been on base a couple times.
Yeah, people will say sometimes that this Waupun team is a little anemic offensively, but boy, they're getting hot at the right time here. Earlier today in this game, I think pretty good pitching here while Mark Ord struggled with all the walks, but I mean, these guys aren't just laying it in there. They're seeing a pretty good pitcher now in Verhagen, and Waupun able to jump on him.
Yeah, they're up to about 8 hits right now, and they only had 2, both off the bat of Evan Sauer when they played last night. But of course, that was a nice pitcher that they had, shut everybody down except for Evan. But everybody's, if you're not getting walked, you're hitting it hard someplace. A dangerous area there, but that's a little bit too far outside on that one. Makes the count now 3-1 to Landon. Be careful with Landon. There's like 3 of them on the team. That's going to bounce across the plate, and now bases are loaded after that walk to Landon Richter. Second time he's been walked in the ball game. So,
Third baseman number 10.
Landon Dirksen, Landon Potratz, and Landon Richter.
Yeah, even
How's
though-
that? I can just zing them off the top of my head there.
Of course, Landon. Not all the Landons are playing this year on the Legion team.
Landon Dirksen, he did play most of the season, but he's not playing in the tournament.
He's playing with his club team, I believe, this weekend. We talked to his dad earlier.
There's a kid that loves baseball, too.
Yeah.
He's always out there. Yeah, I mentioned the Botzler kids, my backdoor neighbor now. They moved in there this year, and
This pitch is going to miss just a bit high into Gopalan.
I do not know the young man's first name. You would know probably the
Griffin?
Griffin, okay, yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah,
but
another one. There seems to be a lot of people, including the Sowers, the Jans. And this is hit up the middle, and that is right in the glove of the center fielder. Nice job, getting a good jump on it. Just kind of hung up there in the air for a while for the center fielder to haul it in.
Griffin Botzler, I always hear, like my wife and I will be in the watching television or something, and you keep hearing this like doink, 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 and it'll be like, what is that noise? And then I'll open the back screen, and there's the Botzler kid out there hitting off the tee. Almost every day he's back there hitting balls into a screen. Or
does he have a little scooter or something else, a little motorized
He
two-wheeled
does.
vehicle?
Yeah.
His dad was a little worried that might be something that the neighbors would frown on over there, but
it doesn't bother me. It might
so
bother.
there you go, Mike. Now you know that it's that it doesn't bother your neighbors, the Armgas.
No, I don't know about everyone else, but.
And that one is going to make it into center field, and that's going to score another run, maybe 2 runs. The throw coming home, but that's going to be off the mark. 2 runs across the plate, and Waupun throws 2 more on the board and running away with this one. Now leading this game 11-3. Waupun, the bats are officially come alive, and now a little visit to the mound, and giving up the ball. We're going to take a timeout. They're going to have a pitching change here, unless they give it back to him. But we'll just take a timeout right now. Be back right after this on Radio Plus and Jeff's live stream.
Coffee, popcorn, ice cream. That's all that needs to be said about Guth's candy. But Steve and Katie Guth offer much more than your favorite confectionery cravings. Hundreds of decadent handcrafted creations and classic candy faves are swirled together in a casual cafe for long talks, guiltless indulgences, and hot refills. Guth's Candy, corner of Highway 49 and 151, Waupun. Order your Guth favorites online for a sweet surprise at guthscandy.com. Guth's Candy in Waupun, a chocolate legacy 4 generations strong.
Holman Auto is very blessed to have served our local communities for 50 years. From a small used car store with 4 employees to 5 locations and over 100 employees, we would like to thank our many customers and our communities for the past 50 years. Holman Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Waupun, Holman Chevrolet in Waupun, Holman Ford and Holman Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Ripon, Holman Chevrolet GMC in Ripon, and the location where we began 50 years ago, Holman Value Center in Waupun. Thank you for allowing us to serve you, our customers, our friends, for the last 50 years. And we look forward to the next 50 years. Holman Auto, great selection, award-winning service, low prices, and a relaxed buying atmosphere. We make you feel at home at Holman Auto Group in Waupun and Ripon, serving you for 50 years and counting.
Hello, back pain.
Okay, we are back. A pitching change. Second baseman Will Jansen now on the mound, right-handed pitcher. I'd like to say hello to the crew that I hung out with last night as I watched some 10U and 12U baseball up in Plover. And we're going to discuss all the things we talked about last night coming up here on the show. So John and Mike and Eli, you guys are watching right now.
Oh, you had Torres up there too?
Oh, yeah.
My goodness.
I wasn't giving any last names.
Yeah, we can give him one of our sponsors.
Yes.
Like Eli.
Also Jared out there. I'm trying to remember. I don't remember everybody's name that was there, but you'll learn a lot of stuff, and we'll talk all about it, man, with some detailed stuff.
I just hope they're keeping an eye on that Deb Winter act there. That's all I know.
That you cannot control that lady. They had a vibrating chair there. A couple of them where you can just sit in and just get a massage chair that they had there in the lobby, and the ladies were sitting out on that, and they were a lot of laughing and giggling out there in that area, on the lobby area. We're at the Hotel Mead in Wisconsin Rapids. So hello to everybody over there.
Hopefully all those parents have enough bail money just in case your wife gets out of hand. Oh, poor Deb. I got to pick on her a little.
We're still working on grandparents are supposed to be kind of quiet. We're the quiet presence that is at the game, the positive presence, but we're still working on that one. Parents can do what they want, but grandparents, I just like to sit and enjoy the game. That one's going to miss high and tight into Ethan. And now we're going to really mess up our books. Going to move over again because we have the 10th batter of the inning coming up for Waupun with Bryant Ferris.
2 outs.
So 11-3 now. Waupun would love to keep on scoring.
Tell you what, after watching this team last night, and maybe Jeff, he was here as well. I mean, you probably thought, boy, this is maybe the favorite to win this tournament. No, wheels are coming off a little bit.
Yeah, it shows not a lot of depth in pitching, especially all the walks that we've seen here tonight. And Waupun getting the bats going. They're all over the pitchers right now. When they hit it hard somewhere.
Ferris trying to wear one.
One of those guys. He's got that little pad on his left elbow too. He's not afraid to have to take one for the team. That's down in the dirt. 2-1 the count now to Bryant.
Well, Jansen struggling here. I know it's just came in the game, but yeah, he's doesn't look all that comfortable on the mound.
And that is a sharply hit ball over to the shortstop, and just getting there in time to get that third out finally, not before Waupun scores 4 runs and now lead this game 11-3 after 3 complete. Come back with the 4th inning in just a minute here on RadioPlusInfo.com and Jeff's live stream.
At 920-324-9899. That's 920-324-9899. Or visit us on the web at newmedicalctr.com.
If you're looking for someone to take care of your tree needs, call Eli at Torres Tree Service of Waupun. Eli and his team can remove trees big or small, even those hard-to-get trees. They do tree trimming and stump grinding, and the job's not done until they put topsoil and seed where the tree was removed, clean up the debris, and haul it away. Join the many satisfied customers by calling Torres Tree Service in Waupun at 920-334-5887. That's 920-344-5887 for Torres Tree Service of Waupun. Sometimes life gets muddled. At the Britton House in Waupun, you can count on it garnished with an orange twist. With muddled old fashions, 3rd pound burger Thursdays, fish fried Fridays, Saturday night prime rib combos, and Sunday brunch, the Wisconsin Supper Club tradition is alive and serving in Waupun. Turn off the phone and turn on to 735 South Watertown Street in Waupun for an evening outside of the stresses of the work week. The Britton House in Waupun. Like and follow on Facebook.
Welcome back. Steve Winterhack with you, along with Randy Armga. Got Jeff Sauer on the live stream for us. And watching a pretty dominant performance here by Waupun, taking advantage of some of the, not the great pitching from a Little Chute that's offering Waupun a lot. Now, when they do put it in there, Waupun gives it a ride, so it's been a pretty impressive performance for Waupun. Jake Krieger pitching lights out.
I wouldn't say Krieg's. Oh, Jake's had his sharpest game ever, but he's battling, and he's gotten behind, but he's coming back and getting outs when he needs.
Well, the big fella Noah Fascio coming up to bat, their first baseman. A little chopper into the ground and right back to the pitcher, Krieger. And I tell you, must have been right in the sun as I see Redeker his head kind of went back a little bit and his face was just lit up by the sun and looking right at it as the shadows are getting long here over at the Gus.
Yeah, when I umpire, I can attest to the fact that at this time of the day, it's absolutely brutal. That sun comes right over that third base dugout, and you can sometimes barely see anything.
I think the grandson had that. Royston had it, but it was because of all the lights with all the fields that they have, and every field has lights on it over at Plover. And he said he had a hard hit ball right, one of those straight away to center field, and it was coming right at him. He says I was looking right into the light, and it went off the top of his glove and got by him. Normally pretty rock solid out there.
Lights from an adjoining field, yeah, that's tough, yeah. You know, sometimes people pull up on these night games too with their cars, and they, maybe especially in high school games, and you get pitched by Krieger there.
Yeah, chance on the swing and a miss.
Yeah.
Makes it a 2-2 count.
But people pull up in their cars and they want to keep the heater running, and the lights are shining like right into the infield. And
you've had to stop it before,
yeah,
haven't you? To tell him you got to turn those lights out. Somebody had to go communicate that with him. It's going to miss low and away. Makes the count now 3-2.
Usually those people are sitting in their vehicle just totally oblivious to why everybody's waving at them and asking them to cut their lights.
Well, you won't have the problem here. I think they made sure that nobody parks out there to watch the ball game here today, put the equipment along the fence. Used to be kind of a thing there for a while. You'd have 9, 10, 11 cars out there. They were tuned into the game, watching it from out there. And I know my parents used to go out there and do that all the time. And
partake in the Chinese fire drill that we would ask for.
Yeah. And they did that. They'd actually get out of the car. There's my mom and dad circling the car out there, and some of the other people that didn't want to make the long walk into the bleachers. And Ethan Melendrez up to bat. Strike one on the first pitch into him. Krieger pretty strong yet here in the top of the fourth inning. 11-3 lead now for post 210 over Little Chute. Challenges him, goes right at him with a fastball and a swing and a miss. Puts the count now at 0-2.
Yeah, I go to the dentist over here at Dentistry, Wisconsin. I think I can mention them because they are one of our sponsors, so not giving any free advertising, but yeah.
I think they should put a little platform out there, and that could be a little place where people could sit and maybe pay a little for something to sit out there on the deck.
I can just tell you when I go in there for a dental cleaning, I look out that window to the north, and those people always say, not. Ooh.
That is strike three. Going down looking is Melendrez.
Melendrez set down looking.
Yeah, so the dentist and his staff over there sometimes say that's not the best view. I think they planted some trees there now, actually, in hopes that they grow fast enough to block that.
Oh, that view, yeah.
Yeah, the view of that, all that, whatever it is, junk and old machinery and things that sit right there. Not something you'd want to look at 8 hours a day, every day of the week, I guess.
You like to go to some of the dentists, have a nice view out the window, or they or otherwise they have something on the ceiling where you can look up in the light and they've got some nice pleasant picture to take your mind off from the torture you're going through at the dentist's office. But I know they have all the cutting edge stuff over there and a good experience. But good things that I hear from Dentistry of Wisconsin.
It's one of the reasons I started going there. I needed to have a cap done first time in my life, and my old dentist required about 4 trips to get something like that done. They did it in one hour from start to finish.
Yeah, this is a two-hopper back over to Sauer, flips it over to second base, over to Richter, gets the out, and coming up empty, he is Little Chute Waupun with that 11-3 lead after 3.5 innings. Waupun's half of inning number 4 coming your way right after this.
Ownership, same customer service tradition. Verhaeg's Furniture has been proudly serving Waupun and its surrounding areas for over 50 years. New owners Luke and Logan Gans are longtime employees of Verhaeg's Furniture and are committed to continue serving the furniture, accessory, and mattress needs of Waupun and the surrounding areas. Bringing you exceptional quality from Ashley Furniture, Lazy Boy, Tempur-Pedic, Puffy Mattress, and many more top brands from their store to your home. Verhaeg's Furniture, 806 West Main Street, Waupun. Quality brands for affordable prices.
Make fast work of spreading manure with an H&S Top Shot V-Style manure spreader from H&S Manufacturing. Available in 1286, 1500, 2000, 2600, 3400, and 4200 gallon sizes. H&S has a V-Style manure spreader to fit your farm. The right-hand size discharge of the Top Shot is capable of spreading a variety of material from liquids to most pen pack styles of manure. See Waupun Equipment Company today for a tough quality built H&S manure spreader. Buy the best by H&S.
It's the custom.
Okay, we are back at the Gus in Waupun, and a great job defensively, just rolling along right now, trying to get into tomorrow to be in that championship games they'll have to play if they want to win the championship and head on to the state tournament over in New London.
And that is games, yeah.
Yeah, they win two. So right now, Campbellsport winning earlier today against Little Chute, and Little Chute had to play right away, so that's not a great thing for them. And of course, we saw their star pitcher yesterday, but he ran out of innings in that ball game, so he was done for the tournament. Jaden Hermson. You were pretty impressed by what you saw from him.
Yeah, he was good, and he commanded the strike zone. He was an imposing figure on the mound and very composed. Just did a good job, and as we said, he made the majority of the post 210 batters look really silly at times. Just made them struggle.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Waupun's scored not just a little bit, but 4 runs in the first inning, 3 runs in the second, 4 runs in the third inning. 11-3 their lead right now.
You were calling for a shortened game.
Yeah.
Maybe I didn't think I was going to see that, but yeah, maybe possible now. Coming up first here is one of Waupun's hot hitters. He's been striking the ball well.
Okay, here's the first of my stories that I found out last night.
Well, you are actually going to rat these guys out
no,
here.
I'm not going to rat them out, but there is a good story about, remember the movie The Wedding Crashers? Well, I have one story about that, but if you see me around town, I'll let you know about all those stories. They were great. I'll pass them along in there, but it was good. I was up till pretty late, and that was a good time. Good bunch of parents. They accepted us, the only grandparents that were in the crowd.
Owen Wilson and who was the other guy that was in that movie? Oh,
yeah, I can't think of the tall guy.
Yeah, the bigger guy.
Don't see him on as many things as he used to, but
Will Ferrell was in that movie as well. He was kind of the old wedding crasher guy that started crashing funerals in his aging time.
Did he start doing funerals at
funerals,
the end?
Trying to pick up women at widows and stuff at their at the funerals. What a crazy idea for a movie.
Was today or yesterday the day they were going to have Happy Gilmore 2? Did that start? Anybody see anything with that? Is that yesterday? Yep, on Netflix. I got to sit and watch that now. That was just a legendary movie. Any reviews on that?
I heard it was a bad movie, but good sequel.
It's a good sequel, but a bad movie. Okay, we'll have to give it a watch. I got to give it a try. That's a big part of our memories. A great movie, especially for golfers out there. Catch the outside part of the plate to Jake. He's been hitting some balls right on the button.
Yes, he has.
I tell you, he's
not getting popped up. He's not getting cheated.
Yeah, he lined out. He's walked, and this one over towards right field. Nice job getting it past the second baseman, and a base hit to start things out here in the bottom half of inning number 4 off the bat of Jake Krieger.
Krieger hits a ground ball in the right field for a leadoff.
That'll bring up Trey Schmidt, who's having himself a nice day that we've seen so far.
Anyway, I didn't have a lot of favorite parts of that Happy Gilmore, but the best part was Bob Barker. He probably at however old he was at the time, into his 80s, I would assume at least, and then going into the fist fight.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah, some lines you can't even repeat on the radio or the video streaming, but it was a great classic movie. Yeah, Vince Vaughn.
There you go.
I didn't even look it up. I was looking up the other one. Didn't even get to that. But yeah, Vince Vaughn just popped in my head.
Vince Vaughn, Owen Wilson, Will
hate when
Ferrell. A lot of
everybody's got a computer right in their hand. They can just look things up at any time. My big thing was somebody asked, and I trying to come up with a name, and I couldn't think of it till about 2 o'clock in the morning. All of a sudden, I kind of wake up and boom, right there, the name was right there. So then you can't get back to sleep. You can't even call them, let them know that, hey, figured out that name we couldn't think of last night. Now that one gets past the catcher, and Krieger heads over to second base.
I'll throw this in just for your wife, Deb. But Krieger scampers over to second base.
Scampers, yep. That is a word you can use. You got Blake Rush on the mound right now, right-handed pitcher. That would be the fourth pitcher of the ball game. We're really making our charts a little messy right now. They used to turn around and tell maybe the official score, or they would always let us know up here in the booth. And then getting walked, he is Trey Schmidt. So runners at first and second base.
Trey Schmidt takes ball 4.
Yeah, definitely contagious with all the pitches that we've seen so far from Little Chute.
Yeah.
Trouble with control.
Definitely been an issue. Way too many walks to have your team be able to compete in a game. And I don't think Waupun would like nothing better maybe than to shorten this game. Get out of here early.
Oh, and this one is well outside, and that's going to make it back to the backstop, and runners advance over to second and third base. Yeah, Evan, he's crossed home plate. He's the only one that's crossed, Brian Ferris did too. Those two have crossed home plate 3 times in the ball game, and this is just the 4th at bat for Evan. He'd like to keep that trend going.
Time to switch out my sunglasses. Getting a little dark now.
Evan watches a strike go by. Yeah, so far Evan having a great game. He's walked and scored. He's doubled and scored, and he's singled and scored. Fielders right now, this is going to go up the middle. The fielders are all playing on the edge of the grass. That's going to score Krieger, and Waupun's going to score 2 more. So the 2 runs you wanted to see cross the plate, they lead now 13-3. So Waupun has scored in every inning here in the ball game. Evan Sauer with a 2 RBI single. Nice job there by Waupun. The whole team getting it done now for post 210. Don't want to take all the hits out of those bats. Got to save those for tomorrow against Campbellsport. Noon game. And that we will have that for you. Video streaming on RadioPlusInfo.com and on Jeff's live stream. Randy and I will be here to call the games coming up tomorrow. We're going to think positively. That's going to be games. Very likely see Evan Sauer. You got to make up your mind. What are you going to do when you've got 2 games? You've got to.
Yeah, I think
you got to get to the second game. You got to win the first game.
I would imagine Evan would throw that first game. It would only seem like the logical thing, and then you go with staff at that point.
It was always a philosophy here in Waupun. Started with Kevin DeBoer that you don't get to the second game, the championship game, if you don't pitch and get to the. And I've seen that backfire on some teams that try to pitch and save their good pitcher for the championship game. Watertown Luther Prep did that and ended up not working very well for them. They tried for the double play, and they are going to get it. 6-4-3 double play here for the Mustangs, but still Waupun with that 10-run lead up 13-3 on your new medical integrated healthcare scoreboard.
Just kidding, that's only 2 outs. Now batting number 1, Landon Richter.
So Landon Richter coming up to bat.
Yeah, just like that. You know what? Waupun's, no matter what happens here, they're an opportunity to get 3 outs in the top of the 5th inning and end this game.
Yeah, foul territory, and Noah Fascio hauls it in, but not before Waupun does a little more damage. Scored 2 runs. They now lead by 10, 13-3. Stick around the top of the 5th inning. Hopefully, maybe for Waupun, that is the end of the ball game. They can shut them down. We'll find out coming your way in just 1 minute on Radio Plus and Jeff's live stream.
Appreciation mega sale now at Waupun's Piggly Wiggly. Pork, baby back ribs, buy 1, get 1 free. Deals on Sprite, Coca-Cola, buy 2, Get 2 free deals on tortilla chips, pretzels, or puff corn. Great deals on Kemp's ice cream, Piggly Wiggly water, Kemp's milk, and more. It's the Customer Appreciation Mega Sale now, all this week at Waupun's Piggly Wiggly. Shop the pig.
Some say with John Deere, you're just paying for the paint. Turns out, those folks haven't seen what happens when our tractors go toe-to-toe with the competition on real-world tasks. Advanced features like Auto Connect decks make switching out attachments real simple. Advanced features like Auto Connect decks make switching out attachments simple. Superior maneuverability gets you in and out of tight spaces, and our dependable lift capacity makes tough jobs easy. As for the other guys, well, let's just say they couldn't stack up. At John Deere, every day we prove the difference is more than paint deep. Find out for yourself at Ballwig Implement today.
Chocolate, coffee.
Okay, we are back, and Waupun could close the door if they can take care of business here in the top of the 5th inning. They got a 10-run lead, but they got to do it against the top of the order. Reese Jotun will be up to bat first. So far, he's grounded out. He is flown out.
Lights have been turned on here.
Verhagen waiting on deck, and Garrett Whitman should be up at third. But you don't know with all the changes that they've had. It's coming our way. But this is the top of the order with Jotun. This is third at bat of the ball game. Swing and a miss, and the next pitch in. Fool him on that one. Count is now 0-2 to Jotun.
Hopefully Jake Krieger can sniff this complete game, shortened game.
Ooh, nasty curveball swing and a miss, and strikeout to start things out here in the top of the 5th inning. Nasty pitch there from Jake Krieger. That'll bring up Trevor Verhagen up to the plate. Left-handed hitter. He is grounded out and flown out so far. The top 3 batters only have 1 base hit amongst them, and that is Garrett Whitman, who's waiting on deck. And that's just a little hopper. Going to flick it over to Krieger. Good job. Jake getting over there in time to get that out.
3-1 put out over at first for the second out.
Not using up a lot of pitches right now either, is Krieger.
Yeah, I'm thinking he's not at that high of a pitch count. He's in good shape. He can end it right here.
Here we go. Garrett Whitman up to bat now, the catcher. Pond just an out away from ending this thing in 4.5 innings. Brings some heat on the first pitch, swing and a miss by Whitman. Going right at him with that one.
Krieger says, I don't want to be out here when the mosquitoes come. Let's get this done right now.
Miss off the plate, maybe a little bit low on that pitch. Makes the count 1-1. Yeah, Whitman got a hit back on the first inning. And this one is going to make it up. He's got himself a hit here in the 5th inning, too. That's the second hit of the game. He's 2 for 3.
Whitman with a base knock.
Keeping the Mustangs' hopes alive, but they're down by 10, 13-3.
Keeps their hopes alive to get into the next inning. That's what they're hoping for right now, to play to extend and give yourself a shot.
Yeah, Clarkbird coming up to bat. And then first pitch, he likes it. Gets it over to Graham Gopal and across the field and gets the out. Nice put out there, and Waupun shuts the door on the Mustangs, a team that beat them 6-1 last night. Waupun beats them in 4.5 innings, 13-3. And we're going to come back, talk about the game, and wrap things up here from the Gus and Waupun right after this on Radio Plus Sports and Jeff's live stream.
Corn ice cream. That's all that needs to be said about Guth's candy. But Steve and Katie Guth offer much more than your favorite confectionery cravings. Hundreds of decadent handcrafted creations and classic candy faves are swirled together in a casual cafe for long talks, guiltless indulgences, and hot refills. Guth's Candy, corner of Highway 49 and 151 Waupun. Order your Guth favorites online for a sweet surprise at guthscandy.com. Guth's Candy in Waupun, a chocolate legacy 4 generations strong.
Holman Auto is very blessed to have served our local communities for 50 years. From a small used car store with 4 employees to 5 locations and over 100 employees, we would like to thank our many customers and our communities for the past 50 years. Holman Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Waupun, Holman Chevrolet in Waupun, Holman Ford and Holman Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Ripon, Holman Chevrolet GMC in Ripon, and the location where we began 50 years ago, Holman Value Center in Waupun. thank you for allowing us to serve you, our customers, our friends, for the last 50 years. And we look forward to the next 50 years. Home and Auto, great selection, award-winning service, low prices, and a relaxed buying atmosphere. We make you feel at home at Home and Auto Group in Waupun and Ripon, serving you for 50 years and counting.
Make fast work of spreading manure with an H&S Top Shot V-Style manure spreader from H&S Manufacturing. Available in 1286, 1500, 2000, 2600, 3400, and 4200 gallon sizes. H&S has a V-Style manure spreader to fit your farm. The right-hand size discharge of the Top Shot is capable of spreading a variety of material from liquids to most pen pack styles of manure. See Waupun Equipment Company today for a tough quality built H&S manure spreader. Buy the best, by H&S.
Sometimes life gets muddled. At the Britton House in Waupun, you can count on it garnished with an orange twist. With muddled old fashions, third pound burger Thursdays, fish fried Fridays, Saturday night prime rib combos, and Sunday brunch, the Wisconsin Supper Club tradition is alive and serving in Waupun. Turn off the phone and turn on to 735 South Watertown Street in Waupun for an evening outside of the stresses of the work week. The Britton House in Waupun. Like and follow on Facebook.
The second you climb onto a John Deere and sit in the yellow seat, you'll notice that the difference between our 1025R and the competition is more than paint deep. It feels like it was designed with a better understanding of real-world performance needs and features you'll appreciate over the long-term ownership. At Ballweg Implement, we went head-to-head with the competition to prove it.
Stop by Ballweg Implement in Ballweg Turf and Leisure today to see the difference for yourself. Just have to get in the seat. Highway 68 Waupun, North Spring Street in Beaver Dam, and online at ballweg.biz.
Okay, we are back. A dominant performance by American Legion Post 210. Waupun, they win 13-3 in 4.5 innings. Just a lot of people to pat on the back all around for Waupun Post 210. Defensively, offensively, Jake Krieger lights out on the mound for Waupun. And Randy, why don't you go through some numbers?
Well, first off, we'll talk about Krieger and his pitching effort there. He let me see, where'd I go with it? I lost it now. Just wrote it all down. Okay, Jake Krieger, he was a 4-hitter, 5-inning 4-hitter, and only had 2 strikeouts, but he got a lot of ground ball outs, and he had 71 total pitches, so pretty efficient. The 3 runs he gave up all came in the second inning. And offensively for Waupun, make sure I got the right sheet. I got a couple other ones here. So, okay, so Ethan Cunningham 0 for 2 on the day. Bryant Ferris 0 for 2. 0 for 1 actually. Jake Krieger 1 for 3. Trey Schmidt 2 for 3. Evan Sauer just continues to be hot at the plate. 3 for 3, scored 3 times. Trey Schmidt scored 3 times. Bryant Ferris scored 3 times. Able to get on by hit by pitch, fielder's choice. So yeah, he was very effective, even though he didn't have a hit in this game. Brendan Redeker 2 of 4. Landon Richter 1 for 2. Graham Gopal 0 for 1. And Bennett Nagel was 2 for 3. So the young guy doing a nice job behind the plate and with the bat. He got hot. So
yeah, a lot of guys to, like you said, some good credit to for this dominating performance here today. And now Waupun has earned themselves a trip into the championship. They've got to win twice against Campbellsport, a team they split with during the season. So we'll see how that goes for Waupun coming up tomorrow. First game is at noon, and if Waupun wins, they'll be playing right after that. So again, a dominating performance. Waupun with Evan Sauer still available yet, and Landon Richter available to pitch yet. So sitting pretty good pitching-wise going into the last day of the tournament. Started out with 4 teams, but down to 2. Waupun and Campbellsport will sort it out coming up tomorrow right here at the Gus. Winner goes on to the state tournament that'll be played up in New London coming up this next weekend. So again, thanks for joining us. I want to thank Jeff in the Jeff stream, live stream here that got us on here. Got all the great pictures of the ball game here today, and Randy for joining me here today. And you had nothing better to do anyway today, Randy, right? And,
could have been at the lake in the pontoon boat, but other than that, no, everything's good.
Yeah, we'll be back again tomorrow, right at noon. Pregame probably right around 11:45. Waupun again winning today, 13-3 in 4.5 innings, off to the championship against Campbellsport. We're going to play 2 hopefully tomorrow, and they can head on to the state tournament. So join us tomorrow for that. But get down to the diamond and cheer on the Waupun Post 210. as they go to try to get to the state tournament again, which they've done numerous times in their history. It's a proud history in Legion baseball. Have yourself an excellent Saturday night. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Have you got your ducks in a row these days? Probably a great idea to call Allphase.
Bucky, that was pretty great. However, not those ducts. Your air ducts. Hi, this is Jackie with Allphase Heating, Cooling, and Geothermal, serving Dodge, Fond du Lac, Marquette, Columbia, and Green Lake counties. Dust allergens and even mold could be hiding in your air conditioning ducts. Your dryer vent could be clogged too. It's best to get them cleaned now. One of our most trusted brands is American Standard. Call 920-763-2301 or log on to allphasecomforts.com.
A reminder for everyone that Bent's Automotive is open Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. until 5 p.m. and on Saturdays by appointment only. Keeping your vehicle in tip-top running condition is essential. Call 324-9962 for Bent's Automotive. Get the quality repair and maintenance services you need from the automotive technicians you can trust. Bent's Automotive at the corner of Carrington and Main Streets in beautiful downtown Waupun. Call 920-324-9962 to schedule your service or repair needs today.
Say cheese if you cringe when